Hey guys, how we doing? So, I think we're going to have two videos this week by Seth, because I wanted to check out this, how powerful is Ultra Instinct, but he's also gone and done Naruto versus the Kages. Well, the 5 Hokages. The Hokages. So, damn. We're going to do this one first, and then on Saturday I think I'll have that as my usual Seth video. So, anyway, I think this is going to be interesting. How strong is Mastered Ultra Instinct? Especially after his discussion with Geekdom in the video we did, which is Blue Gogeta versus Ultra Instinct, which is stronger. And now we got how strong is Master Ultra Instinct. And I'm going to go with it's pretty damn strong. And we don't need to watch the rest of the video. So thank you guys very much. No, let's get into this. This is how strong is Master Ultra Instinct.
Over the years, we have already learned how incredibly strong Goku has been since the Battle of Gods era, but his most recent transformations eclipsed all of his previous powers. Goku in his first confrontation with Beerus was a threat to the entire macrocosm of Universe 7, which includes the living world, the afterlife, and the Kaioshin realm, all of which are universal or almost universal-sized realms that can only be reached with special techniques like the Kai Kai or Whis' staff. Later on in Super, we see Zamasu spread his influence throughout the alternate timeline that Trunks traveled from, and isn't even felt in the present by Beerus and Whis. A suppressed Jiren is then later stated to surpass all of the Z fighters
so we're like going
in power after he seemingly
this
glares
is how strong
away
this
the
is, and then
Universe
Master
7
Ultra
Spirit Bomb
stronger than all that.
Kaioken times 20 Blue Goku that was so powerful that it scared all of the gods of destruction.
Well, yeah, even like
the Grand Priest to worry about Zeno's safety in the original deleted scene on TV. Jiren shoves the Spirit Bomb back into Goku's face, and Goku is overwhelmed trying to compress its power and shove it back. Goku eventually loses momentum and falls into the Spirit Bomb and proceeds to try killing him and ripping him apart. In his desperation and his denial of this, Goku's body forces his own limits and abilities wide open like a floodgate, way beyond Kaioken could ever dream. This awakens what we would then know, or call as a fandom, Ultra Instinct Omen, and with this Omen, he shakes the entire world of Void with just his presence alone. The world of Void is described as a massive, infinite, empty void. These voids are quite common in Japanese stories and even take a spotlight in shonen like Bleach, which has its own Mugen with similar lore. How you would shake such a structure is up for debate, but there are a few methods to go about it. You could say that he simply is shaking the structure/box of the void itself, since the void does have a confirmed infinite space, if even void of time, although it is called eternal, which later on we learn that Jiren's power does transcend time. You could also argue that the shaking of the void is actually Goku's energy itself seemingly shaking or vibrating, as it stretches beyond an infinite range, or that the structure or scalar quantities of the fabric of the world of void itself is being shaken. This infinite powered Omen then fights foes that gave powerhouses like Hit and even Vegeta trouble, whom Goku then casually swatted away as if they were told to leave it to Jiren, as Goku seemingly blitzes all of them and employs a unique fighting style we've never seen before. Omen 2 then scales far above these already casual feats due to the fact that Goku gets much stronger as the tournament goes on, such as when Super Saiyan Blue Goku tanks a kick from K-Flood that surpassed the Spirit Bomb used by Kaioken times 20 amped Goku, as stated by Whis early on. K-Flood then goes on to use Super Saiyan 2 on top of this Spirit Bomb power, which should be at least 2 times as powerful, if not as much as a 20 times amp using guides, and these guide statements then go on to talk about Super Saiyan 2, aka Super Saiyan Grade 5, surpassing Grade 3 in power. And of course, Grade 3 in El Legendario manga is stated to be 10 times that of Grade 2 Trunks, who was weaker than Grade 2 Vegeta, so you could imply that Super Saiyan 2 is over 10 times stronger than Super Saiyan 1 or Grade 3, or you could also argue that it's just 2 times Super Saiyan 1. It doesn't really matter here because we are lowballing and highballing. We're just trying to educate a general area. We're just trying to give an insight to the general levels that you could scale Goku to, not like an exact level. I kind of want you guys to input your own area of thought into this discussion. After you talk about which guide you want to go with, what interpretation you want to go with, you should then include the Kaioken times 2 that Goku was in when he took the kick, which basically leads us to the conclusion that Omen 2 is between 80 through 400 times stronger than when he was in Super Saiyan Blue at the start of the Tournament of Power, because of course the Spirit Bomb itself is Goku Kaioken times 20, and then the Spirit Bomb itself, which is considered much more powerful than Kaioken times 20 by Goku and all the gods' destruction themselves. A still suppressed Jiren is then said to have power and ki heavier than any seen during the tournament tournament up until that point. Jiren also confirms to us himself that Goku has become stronger since they last clashed, confirming that Goku has surpassed Omen even with just his normal powers, his limit-breaking powers. Unless you consider Kaioken a limit-breaking power, which it might be. However, it's not considered a super limit-breaking power, which is unironically what they say about Omen. Blue Vegeta then fights a slightly less suppressed Jiren, who is stated by Goku to be stronger than anything else he's faced before and the highest energy they've ever felt, and he felt that his final flash could take Jiren down. Goku states this as well, but he states it after getting beat up in base, not to Vegeta's final flash, but to the fact that Jiren is above anything that he felt before. Goku could be referring to the punch that scraped him when he was in blue that scared him out of it, rather than the beatdown he got in base, but it is hard to say. It's not that important. Meaning that this Jiren, later on, less suppressed, is greater than the enraged Kefla, who could kill Omen 2 Goku in a single shot. Vegeta then gets evolution, and Goku gets Kaioken times 20, which means they're over 20 times enraged Kefla as they push Jiren.
This is quite funny, this, because the scaling's all over the place, and this is trying to make sense of everything that's all over. This is brilliant.
He hasn't seen Jiren use this much power in a very long time, proving he is in fact having to use much more power to fight Goku and Vegeta later on. Base Blue Goku, Evolution of Vegeta, and Android 17 then proceed to blast Jiren with all of their might. However, Jiren simply powers up to a higher level, and his sheer aura knocks all three of their attacks themselves out. Android 17 is then forced to seemingly sacrifice himself and self-destruct to protect Goku and Vegeta from Jiren's attack. Vegeta then gets up to take on the much more
powerful Jiren, it's like, yes!
However, he can't even go Super Saiyan, with thoughts of Bulma, Trunks, Kabe, and all the other
promises my last bit of power, Goku.
Away. He puts all his trust and faith into Goku to finish what he set out to do. Goku, with this amp, is able to get up and go Super Saiyan Blue, and it's even considered its own level, or a similar, higher level by Krillin, who is then quick to say Goku, even with Vegeta's energy, is still nothing to Jiren, or he's surprised that Goku, even with this energy, could still be defeated, as Goku gets obliterated by Jiren with no difficulty, obviously. What else would you expect? Of course, Jiren is not pleased and knows Goku has more in him to bring out, as Krillin and many others hinted at early in the tournament. A martial artist tries to bring out his opponent's true strength after all, and what is strength if not tested to its fullest? Just as Jiren is about to give up on bringing out Goku's strength, or maybe it was a threat, hoping to bring it out even further, Goku remembers all the trust and promises given to him by his team and his friends, and goes into what would then be known as Ultra Instinct Omen 3. In the anime, this episode is referred to as Ultra Instinct Mastered, which is why we call the white-haired form Mastered Ultra Instinct, and it's Goku's final mission to learn how to use Ultra Instinct impactfully, or else it's game over. His last chance is here. After Vegeta tells Vermod about the Saiyans' constant evolution ability to destroy their limits throughout the tournament, and as we've proven in this video, Vermod pleads to Jiren to finish off Goku as quickly
beat him down, please, before he gets stronger.
Jiren finally shows us his true power. Just as sheer power is able to crush and obliterate Vermod, Topo, Dispo, and the rest of Universe 11, but Vermod says that if Jiren doesn't win, it doesn't matter anyway. Goku then gets shoved to the bottom of the ring and eventually learns how to counter Jiren's power with his Omen, as he builds up massive heat and fires that seemingly make a galaxy-shaped
without it look like it is even moving.
An actual galaxy, as it eclipses the bottom of the ring and clearly isn't actually that large, and it is literally described as Goku's raw heat by Jiren. The heat is obviously the power and how much instinct you are using. That's why Jiren in their first clash said that heat is your limit, because obviously the heat is the level of passion and power that he's utilizing at the moment. Absorbing this heat, Goku finally becomes Super Goku Prime 1 billion and casually blitzes and backflips over Jiren like some Janemba versus Gogeta battle, and Jiren is blown away without even realizing what's happening, even though he's at full power. Omen 3, before reaching its finale with mastery, has no concrete scaling tools like Omen 1 and 2, so I'm not going to say it has an exact numbered increase you could put on it, but if you want to say that it should consistently increase the strength like it did before, way beyond Kaioken times 20 Blue and so on, it'd make Goku overall about 2 through 20 times stronger than his current Kaioken times 20 Blue, which, as we established, rivaled if not surpassed Omen 2 from earlier, bringing Goku to around 160 through 800 times stronger than Blue at the start of the tournament. From here, the gods seem to imply that this is the final showdown between two of some of the most interesting people in all of the universes. A man that surpasses the gods versus the state that the gods cannot reach. Jiren in almost every conceivable piece of material for Dragon Ball is stated to surpass the power of a god of destruction or the gods of destruction, with Whis and all of the other gods seeming to confirm through their dialogue and so forth. This truly is a battle that goes above and beyond.
Well, if Topo was meant to be the god of destruction,
these gods can seemingly destroy entire macrocosms in their battle, they seem like nothing in comparison. Ultra Instinct that doo-doos and pee-pees all over this being that strikes on the gods of destruction, and Jiren starts to have PTSD of his past and his purpose. In this fit of delusion, he starts to envision Goku as the man that caused all the pain and suffering in his past, and he was now the obstacle Jiren has been trying to surpass and prove he was better than since that day. So you can see why this would be quite the outburst of motivation and power from Jiren, where he is quote-unquote given a drastic power-up to compete with Ultra Instinct.
He blasts the crowd, like what a prick.
This hidden power is very similar to Ultra Instinct. The red flames are very similar to the blue flames of this godly form, with the flames being described as what defines a godly ascension. Hesitation, panic, fear itself is turned to nothing in the flames, and all he can feel is himself. His opponents in the fight, in time, he becomes so hot and fast that even such perceptions grow dim and fades. As he dives into a state deeper than instinct, there he finds, as quoted by Whis. This is also backed up with how Jiren seemingly doesn't have to move or even flinch, even if danger seemingly flies by him, which Goku notes at the start of the Tournament of Power. So this behemoth might actually have a lesser form of Ultra Instinct on top of this godly strength, or some kind of godly parallel to Ultra Instinct. Jiren at first overpowers Goku and even knocks him out cold for a moment, but Goku's instinct doesn't stop. It grows stronger and stronger as the battle goes on until he's finally able to bully and cream-fill Jiren at the end and look down on him in pity. The form wears off and seems to destroy his body, and you could argue Jiren technically won the scuffle due to such, but Beerus is convinced that Master Ultra Instinct was the superior in this confrontation and that Goku did win if he did give Jiren mercy. I suppose if we were to explicate an actual increase in power from Master Ultra Instinct, we can look at other materials. Otherwise, we just get a vaguely, well, he's stronger than Omen by a good bit, I guess. In the Broly movie, Goku states that Broly himself was more so a rival to Beerus, give or take. Now, whether or not Goku actually knows Beerus' full power here is irrelevant. For all Goku knows, Whis and every other god was telling him that Jiren surpassed all of the gods of destruction, Beerus being a god of destruction. So you could actually say that this is almost like Goku directly comparing Broly to Jiren. Some will try to bring up the promotional material for Broly in this case, but the promotional material contradicts itself numerous times, and suggests that Broly being as strong as a god of destruction is questionable, with Goku himself not even being that level, whereas every other piece of lore for Jiren just directly says, and without a doubt, Jiren slaps gods. It also says that Broly would be truly terrifying, and we won't be sure if Goku could even win, yet Goku almost gives up versus Broly when he's just a Super Saiyan god, and doesn't even get pushed to break his limits. Neither him or Vegeta are actually forced to. They seemingly just fly out of there in a very out-of-character fashion and fuse into Gogeta. As well as the fact it tries to hype up Broly versus Goku as the mightiest versus the mightiest, yet they clearly get outclassed numerous times by numerous other people like Whis and so on. It seems to just be referring to Saiyans as the strongest fighting race in the universe, and Broly is the strongest Saiyan. And the Broly novelization is stated to show a hint of his true power versus Broly near the end of their battle as they shatter through dimensions and Gogeta actually attempts to kill Broly. Now, fusion itself has a contentious increase of power, but most people agree that it either falls under dozens of times more powerful or fighter times fighter as suggested in numerous guides. If this is true, Mastered Ultra Instinct even rivaling Gogeta would give it a massive multiplier on fusion level scale. Some will try to say that Gogeta and Broly destroyed a dimension in their fight, however this actually doesn't mean much of anything. Super Buu was able to rip apart and throw around dimensions as well, so there's no proof that Jiren versus Goku wouldn't have done that if they fought in the actual universe rather than the World of Void, which is disconnected from time and space. Now, Mastered Ultra Instinct being as strong as a fusion increase seems pretty crazy, right? I mean, it's only like a transformation for a singular character, so it being comparable to fusion is something a little bit new, but that actually might be even downplayed. Now, these sources are from other Dragon Ball timelines, but in Dragon Ball Heroes, we actually see Mastered Ultra Instinct directly compared to Fusion. Cumber fights Xeno, Goku, and Vegeta in both the manga and anime, and Cumber destroys both Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta
can't really use Heroes as a comparison in my opinion,
and destroys a Super Saiyan 4 of Xeno Vegeta. Yet, MUI obliterates Cumber, even though it's the same Goku that was Vegito from before, with absolutely no problems. This further confirms that MUI may in fact be a fusion level amp onto Blue, if not far, far greater. And of course this makes sense. The flames of Ultra Instinct and Jiren are never really replicated, and their lore is something that the angels constantly jerk off to. It would make sense for it to be the strongest thing plot-wise is at the moment for Goku, and for it to only appear rarely when, like, the stakes require it. When it's stated him and Vegeta are very impressive after fighting Broly in the manga, Goku responds by instantly deflecting this compliment and points to Jiren as being way more impressive than they are.
Oh.
As Jiren says in Fighter Z,
Alright! Come on! Make me get serious here! Fusion. Nonsense.
And other than that, guys, thank you so much. This video
Fair
has
enough.
been a very
Well,
long
we're
time
at the end.
coming. It's
No.
been over a year since that fight happened, but I just wanted to wait for more sources to come out.
That's pretty
and wait
cool.
For
Makes
me to be
sense.
able to establish an argument, and I think saying Master Ultra Instinct is basically like a fusion level increase, give or take, is pretty much the meta right now, and I think that's the safest way to go. So, other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy, and see you on the next one.
Cool. So, it's pretty strong. I never know what to say at the end of these. It's like, okay, it said everything. So yeah, that was cool. And then on Saturday we'll check out Naruto versus is it the Hokages or excuse me, or the Kages? I think it was the Kages actually. It's Naruto versus the Kages. Oh god, I can't remember. But I'll check out that video anyway. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.